The annual nuptial flight of p.imparis, also known as the winter ant or the false honeypot ant. The winter ant is unique in having nuptial flights well before most ants have even come out of diapause. Their nuptial flight is one of the things I look forward to the most in the spring. As their common name suggests, they don't mind the cold and will gladly forage in near freezing temperatures. But that's not to say that they also like to fly in that weather. They prefer to fly when the weather is just right, when the ground is thawed and the day is warm, warmer than a typical spring day. When the trees have just begun to bud their new leaves, and when the sun is bright with few clouds to block its warmth. This is when they will take flight. I've been tracking their nuptial flights for a few years now, all starting when one day I accidentally stumbled upon their nuptial flight. It was an abnormally warm April day. I was pretty new to ant keeping and myrmecology in general, but identifying this ant was easy because of their unusually early nuptial flights and their bright orange queens. I quickly became enamored by this species, and to this day, they remain one of my favorites. Not only for their unique behavior, but also the way they glow in the sunlight. Getting to see a queen ant in the sunlight is such a rare treat, something you can really only witness during their nuptial flights, and I feel that this is especially true for p.imparis. Their queens glow with such a bright orange in the natural sunlight. It truly is a treat to get to see. This year in particular was interesting for their nuptial flights. The winter ant makes their nests underneath tree canopies, and in years past I watched their flights take place underneath our maple tree. But this year, I found colonies underneath our apple trees. I always suspected they were colonies here, and I believe the reason I couldn't find them in years prior was because the apple trees fell into shade far sooner than the maple tree did. Ants being ectotherms, they are influenced by the ambient temperatures around them, so the sunlight is everything when these elates have limited energy to spend. In my webcomic, A Queen's Diary, I even suggested that the prince that our queen meets is from our little orchard, because I so strongly believed there were colonies there. So it was a joy getting to see this confirmed. I also used this nuptial flight to practice shooting macro video with my DSLR camera. The ants had to check my shots, make sure everything was up to their standards. It was quite a bountiful flight. I got to see the ebb and flow of the elates taking flight as the clouds' shadows passed, and the wind would take pauses between its gusts. Alas, the flight is short-lived, lasting only a few hours. Sometimes, if the weather remains favorable, they will continue to fly for consecutive days. But this year, I think they went all out on day one for this one, as I saw no elates the following days. And as usual, it was an absolute joy getting to witness this annual spectacle of nature. I wish more folks could take the time to stop and admire it too.